Good evening, everybody. September 23rd, 2021. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. So we have two scenarios, which I think I mentioned last night as being a possibility here. In the yellow count, the third went, if this is correct, the third went a little bit high, and the fourth really should have come down here. But it's possible we have a shallow fourth there and then a truncated fifth basically here. If that's the correct count to look at, then we're going to get an ABC down probably a bit lower into like 41.5 to about 43, somewhere in that range. It would be like down here. If this is going to be a second wave, that would be pretty much where it's going to go. The alternative is that we had, instead of this being the third, we're actually completing the third right here in this region. And then we are going to see a green fourth, and this should hold a little bit higher if that's the case, between 43 and 43.7 basically. And then that would give us a move up from there into this box 46.3 to 47.2, which, if you remember, is actually this horizontal resistance. It matches up quite well with that anyway. So that's kind of where I was expecting us to hit some resistance if we got an extended wave up. And so at the moment, I'm leaning towards that just because it coincides so well with that resistance. But like I was saying, even if this is a complete 5 waves right here and we get the deeper correction down, even in that case, we still have 5 waves up, at least technically. And so buying even the deeper zone is a good bet because we should then have a pretty nice strong move, and we may actually just go ahead and break right through that resistance. It doesn't play out as nicely as I would think this green count would play out, so that's my primary at the moment. But basically, if this comes down deeper, I'll look at the yellow being primary. If it comes kind of shallow in here, and then we end up topping here and dipping down from there, then I'll count that as the primary. But in either case, I think that buying in this region, basically 41.5 up to 43.7-ish, looks like a pretty good place to accumulate because in either one of these counts, we will at least get to 47 or 46.3 to 47.2. We should at least get that area if we buy anywhere in this area here. So that is my plan. I'm going to move up my buys at this point into this area, and then I will look. I'll probably have my stop realistically, if we get down as deep as like 40,000, it might not be a good idea to keep holding on. I'm trying to decide though, because we still, I guess, technically could be making our way down to 47.5 or 37.5 to 38.5. Still technically on the table at the moment. So I might not put all of my money in here. I might just do some, and then I might not even bother stopping out. I might just buy in this lower segment here if we do break down. I think that's probably the best way to go, because really the only stop that you can have is this 39.5, this low that we had here. But it's kind of pointless to stop at 39.5 if you think that the next leg down is really only going to take you to 37 to 38.5. It doesn't really make sense to stop out there. So I think that's probably what I'll do, is I'll just accumulate in this region, and I will hold on to some cash for the moment to buy in here. And then if we do hold in this region and make our way up here, then I will put the remainder of the cash in on the next pullback that comes down from that area. So I think that's the best strategy that we can have at this time. Right. I think that is pretty much it. Trying to think if there's anything else that I need to mention on here. No, I think that's pretty much all I got. So there's the play, 41.5 to 43.7. Set some bids in there. Probably a decent idea to take some of the profit off in this region, but if the yellow count is the correct one, then we very well may blow through it and continue higher. If the green one's correct, we'll be able to then take some profits off and then reload down lower. In any case, there's always a pullback at some point, so even if we blow through here, it'll likely come back down to retest it before actually going higher. So we'll just keep an eye on the action and go from there. But that is my plan of action with what the chart is giving me right now. So, all right, guys, good night. We'll see what the overnight action brings.